Let's get to story number two. Story number two is the drive to make money out of hand, or is it good? Financial Challenge Week 7. Folks, there's a normal in the United States, and that's the process of capitalism, the drive to increase your own ends. And this story is heating up. It's in number two. And the fact is that they're talking about that first-time home buyers are getting squeezed out by investors. And this is an interesting story because it's basically talking about how people who are investing in homes to get wealthy are making it hard for people who just need a home. So the market has kind of changed because people are in the investment system of getting houses to try to get wealthy, and they're forgetting the fact that they need to invest in these properties for the tenants. And it's creating a big stir because I've heard quite a few interviews on even on public radio where you could hear the frustration from these landowners. And this is what's scary about capitalism. If you live in a city and your landlord lives in, let's say, California, and he's living it up, he's out getting a few drinks, he owns all these properties, and he has all these people working for him. The guy is sitting on he's probably almost a billionaire, and you as the tenant, you're only making about maybe $7-10 an hour, and you notice that there's a leaky faucet, the floor is decaying, the roof is molding, you call the landlord to get help, nobody answers. Then there may be something wrong with this relationship. But the reason why story number two is important is because now the poor is starting to speak up because they're going to the media. So the drive to make money is affecting the normal relationship, or the normal legal relationship a landlord is supposed to have with his tenants. The landlords are complaining that the tenants are causing too much problems. They're causing too much problems with the properties. They're tearing the properties up, and then when they leave the property, when the tenant gets evicted, the landlord has to repair the property. So the question is who is at fault? Is it the person with more knowledge about the situation, or is it the tenant? This story number two probably will gain some steam because there is a tug of war going on in democracy in the United States about the rich, the poor, and the middle class, and it's involving the haves and the less and the have-nots. And I'm telling you, it's steaming up. The running back Le'Veon Bell says that he has some jewelry, and some thieves that he left naked in bed apparently took his money. So when you talk about morality and ethics, even on a superior level, when you have professional athletes who are making a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to play in the big leagues, they're talking about being robbed, and they're talking about having, multiple partners in the. So the thing is, we have to ask ourselves is, are we losing that magical touch in America? Are we losing the magic of the relationship with morality, with earning our own keep? Me and my cousin took a drive through Amish country. We were going to a football game. I had to film, and we got lost. But we were in Amish country, Mennonites, Mormons, and we were out. And he says, "Man, look at how these people are living. I would love to be at peace like this." And it is amazing how the city life, and we seen women outside cutting the grass with old-fashioned lawnmowers, pure labor. And I said, and I was telling him about my situation, how I used to have a life like that, but almost similar. It wasn't, I would say, compared to that, but I was at a Mennonite church for about 3 years. But he was basically talking about peace, and it was a good topic. And when we look at what has been happening in the American court system, with the judges having to make decisions, and you look at the way churches have been in the down spiral, religion and all. So we ask ourselves is the fundamentals of life does not sound that bad right now for anybody who is tired of the norms of trying to hustle and trying to achieve the American dream by living off in some mansion somewhere and having everybody working for you. So this is starting to actually catch a lot of people's attention, and that's why story number 2 is very interesting. It says Florida City pays hackers $600,000 to restore hijacked networks. That's $600,000 of taxpayers' money. Mixed feelings about the economy. Some say even the booming economy, they still have financial troubles. Folks, this is the magic of America. Something is it fading away? Is it fading away? They say the economy is showing signs of slowing down. Some critics are comparing the Trump economy to the Obama economy because the Federal Reserves, they have to, I guess they're going to have to summon, they're going to have to be summoned to rescue the bond market. Landlords are, like I said, are on the radar because of how they are handling properties and how rent affects their relationship with their tenants. If the person can't pay up, the landlord is basically not interacting. He wants his money, and it's creating a big confusion. The Fed, they say, is going to leave interest rates unchanged for now. This is also interesting, talking about when we talk about ethics and morality and the old school versus the new school. They're talking about how elders are in danger of being physically, sexually, and financially abused, according to a report. Oklahoma boys lemonade stand robbed, phone stolen, according to police report. Low-income African countries pay 30 times more for drugs, according to reports. You cannot tell me something is different about the new age culture. And I'm telling you, people are trying to make it better, but it seems to be getting a little bit, I would say, out of control. Studies show as homelessness grows, there is a risk of hepatitis, typhus, and other diseases that are growing. So the fact that people are eager to get the American dream and get that money, get that coin in their hand and stack them up, there may be something happening in the chemistry because of the fact that they may be forgetting about old school biblical principles. Is the fact that there will always be poor people, and if those poor people are not accounted for, washed up, treated, mainly shown a better way to live, feeding their own human spirit, they may become a problem amongst the norm of society. And you see it happening, and people who have don't know what to do about the people who do not have. These are normal principles that were ingrained in the culture when this country was founded, even when they talked about even when you look at the wars with slavery, these were all moral wars that were fought to better this country. And right now we're starting to see some things happening. They're talking about how the Huawei ban will cost $30 billion in lost sales in the next 2 years. And even you have to look at the fact that drug money is constantly in the news when people are selling out their own families, selling out their own kind to make that mighty dollar. They're selling drugs because they don't have a lot of income. Folks, story number 2, when you talk about the financial woes and the financial challenges, finding our knack to get literally educated on financial terms and how to manage ourselves in capitalism is becoming a top priority. And when you talk about the wealth gaps between the rich and the poor, it's definitely staying in the headlines. You're in the Mediator with me, Brian West, where I come in every week to give you the top 8 headlines developing news stories. We're at story number 3, almost at the halfway point, so I have to keep the ball rolling. If you want to contribute in any way, help me out, all you have to do is visit www.method8inc.com, method8inc.com, where you can buy something, click on something, watch something, or just read something, or just sponsor the program.
If you need help, then dial your operator.
Have no fear, fellow citizens. The Mediator is here.